Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Jake Jaboreli of Jaboreli.com. Just a bunch of referral links. Today, this video is going to be on something quite a bit different. Although related to cryptocurrency, it's new territory for me. And it's fascinating, and I hope that you find it just as interesting and it is as valuable to you as I think it is, hopefully. There's an awful lot of uses for cryptocurrency out there in the world, and apparently a lot of people have figured out there's more to it than just trading and or high yield investments. One of those reasons is using Ethereum. If you've ever heard of Ethereum, it's one of the more popular or well-known blockchain cryptocurrencies there are out there, and Ethereum has lent itself to a lot of different things. In particular, non-fungible tradable assets. In particular, basically just virtual objects. I was going to try to explain this in the most simplest terms, but let me just get to the initial part. As a reminder, 500 sub giveaway, 100,000 Satoshis, 50,000 Satoshis, 25,000 Satoshis, for a total of 175,000 Satoshis to 3 of my subscribers. So you need to be subscribed in order to participate in that. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That just helps everybody out. Please comment. This video is different than a lot of the other videos I've done recently. If you have questions, please lay them on me, because this stuff might be a little confusing. But it is still somewhat of an investment opportunity, although it may be better or worse depending upon your perspective. So let's get into it. I don't have exactly a visual for this. We're just going to go to the website. In particular is this one called OpenSea. Now, at least in the English language, it seems like the concept of the OpenSea is a place where it's neutral, or there are no nations. The ocean that's between nations, like between the Americas and Europe, or between Europe and Africa, or Africa and India, that's the open sea out there, those different oceans. And that's what this is. OpenSea is a marketplace for digital goods, in particular, as they say, in this largest marketplace for rare digital goods. Great, they're NFTs, or non-fungible NFAs, non-fungible assets, basically things that you can own that are digital, that you're not, tangible, but still tradable. So one of the more popular ones that I think people may have heard about is up here in the upper right hand corner, CryptoKitties. Maybe you recognize some of the things on this page, but if we go into the assets page here, which I didn't want to click on Junkrat, but we can look at the different categories that there are for available things. Here's CryptoKitties. See if it lets me go. There we go. Here are all of the various unique and individualistic CryptoKitties that one could buy with ETH. Ethereum, they all have certain values. As you can see, there's a little number here as to what it might be sold for. Some of the most expensive and valuable CryptoKitties that I last saw were worth anywhere from 40 to 80,000 US dollars, which I know sounds not just ridiculous, but like, why? But from what I've learned in the way that these are generated, like BlockChain, if you know much about that at all, is that they're unique, and you can probably tell by the look of some of these things that they're all different, various attributes that determine the uniqueness of a product like this. It's like owning a Ferrari Enzo, if you know what that is. It's a very expensive car that, from what I understand, you can only own a Ferrari Enzo if you've owned other Ferraris, and there's a limited number of them, so they're incredibly valuable. I believe it costs at least $1 million just to buy one, and I don't even know if you can own more than one, even if you had many more millions of dollars. So in that comparable difference, or pardon me, similarity, that's kind of the concept here. Other than a Ferrari Enzo is something you can actually drive and own and park in a garage, these things have no physical location, but they still have a potential value. So you can see that they're all rated in ETH. This one's worth half an ETH. That's a quarter of an ETH. These ones are on auction, so they're going for a little bit less, but it's probably because they have less features. They're less unique. Some of these things are incredibly unique. This one is going for 11 ETH. That's what, $1,500 US? I'm guessing. I'm not. I guess. Last time I looked at Ethereum, it was like 240. So times 11. All right, 2,600. I was wrong. Let's round to $2,500. So this very unique looking creature that's on the blockchain, and they are on the blockchain, can be purchased for what they are, this bare minimum bid of 11 ETH. So this is one thing that I was going to mention, that CryptoKitties is something you may have heard of. Another is Decentraland, which I just recently discovered, and CryptoVoxels. Both of these are maps of digital, like a digital map. Up here and show you. Oops, where is it? Well, that's the same thing. Let's go back to the site, Decentraland, which I checked out last night. Is entirely in the browser. Doesn't require a client to be downloaded. It's a world, I guess, not a sphere world, but a flat map with, as they say, I think 90,000 different properties that are purchasable. I think somebody spent $3 million US on a block of property in this world to build on. There's all kinds of things that one can do in it. This is just the introductory. I'll go into more detail later, but it's pretty fascinating to see that you can buy digital property. This is still tradable. You could buy it and sell it again later for more. You can build anything. You like, per this image that they have here. You know, there's these trees and there's this river and the waterfall in the background. There's an amazing, you know, astronomical scene in the back of the two moons and this jagged rock. This amazing worlds that you can actually explore. This is a 3D place, even though I'm not actually able to walk in it at the moment. There's a virtual reality headset you can wear to experience this planet, and you can build literally anything you can imagine. There's some amazing sculptures. There's amazing art galleries. There's a huge casino. There's a huge playland, like a fun park. There's all kinds of like things you can play, and you can, like I said, with the casino, you can play for money. You can actually play literally any casino game that exists in their world casino they have. But you know, you can own the property, you can resell the property, you can have a mansion if you could afford it. Like this, like I said, there's somebody who paid $3 million US just to own these probably several hundred properties. I think each property is 16 meters square. Yeah, I think that's right. You know, 16 by 16 meters. It's not a whole lot of space, but you know, if you bought multiples of them, you could have you could do whatever you like on it. So it's just getting started. Decentraland hasn't been around very long. I think like 10 months. But I'm trying to introduce my subs to this because I'm interested in it. I want to participate with it. This is one example. Like I said, this is a very simple overview. But I will get to the other one, which is Mega Cryptopolis. I'm not so into this as much as I was Decentraland. CryptoVoxels is another one that's kind of another layout. It's a lot more blocky. It looks more like what is it? Minecraft. This doesn't look quite as much like Minecraft. It's a little bit less blocky. But as you can see in the visuals behind here, it's playing back here, it's a huge city. I mean, now there's not that much of a city that I've found so far in the game, but you can buy property, you can sell property, you can build buildings, you can build corporations, skyscrapers, all kinds of like hospitals, apartment complexes. This is what they're really shooting for with this game, is that you can buy the property, and then of course once you own property or you own districts within the game, I think there's 150 districts right now. every single time somebody rents, every single time somebody builds, every single time somebody puts anything in there, you get paid for it. And there was I watched a video sometime back. Some kid got into this early on and was making $600 a week just off of the rent that he was earning in Ethereum crypto. Also, Tron is another cryptocurrency you can use in this game. But it's kind of like SimCity, I guess. Not quite as intense as the Sims game, but like the old version of SimCity from like the 90s, although I could say the graphics are a little bit better. But all this building, all this, you have people, you have to buy people. It's weird, I know. You have to have people that you can use to make, products and things within the game to help build buildings, to help build roads and infrastructure, and you can like utility companies, you can harvest water and harvest electricity. So it's kind of like the way the city works in a very microscopic version of it. But the end game is that you can buy property, get rent and or taxes from it, so you can make money on having purchased property, and then resell it for more, like property in the real world. It's a digital, like I said, microcosm of the real world. So it's a neat concept. I mean, it's still developing. It's a little shaky, I have to tell you, that playing around in the visualizations, it's all in your browser. So if you don't have a ton of RAM, the game may run really slow. You can reduce the graphics to make it run a little bit better. But honestly, at the moment, it's still not so great. So in any case, this is just, like I said, just a general overview of some of the methods. Like I said, OpenSea, Mega Cryptopolis, Decentraland, CryptoVoxels is another one, which honestly I didn't like all that much. It's much more Minecrafty, but not as fun as Minecraft. And even though you can do just about anything you want there, it doesn't quite lend itself as much like Decentraland does, and like Mega Cryptopolis tends to. It's the same kind of general concept. You've got a map with property and things you can build on, and you can build whatever you want, but it's a much more blocky interface. It's not bad. And there's still a lot of property to buy. But I would say that the infrastructure general layout of CryptoVoxels is much more, cryptic, square, blocky, not so pretty. Not to say it has to be pretty, but if you're going to walk around it, in my opinion, in a visual experience, it should be better than Nintendo VR or Nintendo Game, or was it Virtual Boy from late 90s that Nintendo came out with. I don't know if you know about that, but it was horrific as far as a virtual experience goes. So this is a marketplace. This is a place which I don't know if you can actually market. I don't think Mega Cryptopolis has anything in here. Oh yeah, there it is. So you can buy things Mega Cryptopolis here. Materials, workers, buildings, animals. So yeah, there's a marketplace for Mega Cryptopolis. But anyways, this is just a very general overview, simple overview of ways in which crypto can be used to buy non-fungible assets or digital assets that have a function that can be used in a practical application. There's one aspect I want to say. They show down here this crypto wallet required to play. You guys probably all have some kind of crypto wallet if you've been watching my videos in the past. These I use MetaMask. Dapper's another one, Trust Wallet. These are things that go up here in the browser. You can see my MetaMask button here pops down a little screen, and that's how you basically connect your account to these games. Once you get MetaMask, you can, or anything like MetaMask, you can drop coin into that. It's a wallet that lives in your browser, although it can be moved around to browser to browser if you want to. But these applications, these are the most developed applications that are available to anyone who might want to learn how to buy non-fungible assets. So digital assets, so I keep saying non-fungible, but everybody keeps referring to them as NFTs, is that this is another way to make crypto a practical application. And I find crypto itself fascinating, but the initial concept of cryptocurrency seemed to be just another way of holding value in something like Bitcoin is. But if you want to put it to work, blockchain has an immense number of applications. Just so many different things that a person can do with it. I'll give an example, just to try to, not that this isn't already one example you could use. I believe all the parcel carriers like DHL, UPS, FedEx, even the United States Postal Service were all trying to figure out a way to categorize parcels. And somebody came up with a blockchain cryptocurrency methodology for doing that, so that we could track all parcels everywhere in the world on one centralized chain, which I think is brilliant, because that's something everybody uses all the time. It hasn't been done yet that I know of. Maybe it hasn't, I just haven't found out about it yet. But that's a functional, practical use outside of just being a currency that blockchain can accommodate. So Ethereum, Tron, Mint is another currency that's used in these interfaces. But these ideas are a progress, a way of making getting further along with what cryptocurrency can do for the world, not just being a fiat currency. So I will go more into depth, more specifically on Mega Cryptopolis. Like I said, I really like Decentraland. This is such a far cry. Just this short little view here hardly shows you anything as to what is available. Honestly, if I try to make a video out of this, it could be an hour long because there's so much to explore in Decentraland. As well as even with Mega Cryptopolis, although I do find it a little bit more boring. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe you'll find it more interesting when I make the video. You'll see. I don't honestly own any digital assets other than just cryptocurrency itself. So, but I love the idea of this concept. I loved how we could own, a chunk of land in a digital environment that isn't just putting assets somewhere. Like you can put assets in like Speedbit or Gold8 or Fundamental Global or something, and yeah, they'll pay you back for it. And that's a set amount. But with, as I said in the last video I made, literally yesterday, high yield investment programs don't have longevity. They're not likely to last forever. This idea is with the intent of being indefinite. It's like you could buy a property here and have it 10 years later. And hopefully in that time, like with a real house, the value of it could go up exponentially. So in 10 years, it could be worth 10, 15, 20 times what it's worth today. Now, yeah, that's a longer investment, but it's a real investment. It's actually something you can do. You can trade it. I think right now, Mega Cryptopolis has, I think they said something like 400 users. It's not a whole lot. So I'm kind of letting people know about this early on. It's the same thing with Decentraland. It's not a whole lot of people involved in it right now. And even though there's a lot of money involved in Decentraland because it had more hype with it, it still has a lot more potential. Like one of the things I really liked about Decentraland was just the casino. I mean, there's also things you can play games and win money. Not just, the chance games like the casino has, but like skill-based games. You could do race car driving and win money at it. You could do shooting games and win money at it. It's like, well, that's actually fun. Not just this passive income concept. Not that passive income is bad. I'm not saying it is. It's just that this is with the intent of being a longevitous thing. It's supposed to last for a long time. I mean, there's a lot more money, honestly, in this ideal, which there may be more things. Decentraland is just one of the potential for many. So this is a simple overview. I just wanted to get the idea out there to show people about these concepts. I'm not doing any referral links right now. There are referrals for these things. If you guys want to check them out on your own, just starting out, just giving you a general idea, please check out if you'd like. But like I said, if you don't understand this and think it's confusing with MetaMask and the these wallets, I'll make another video. I'll probably be uploading that tomorrow. But I I just want to get this idea. I think this is fascinating, and I hope that you guys think it is too. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up. Please, if you have questions, give me a comment. And remember the giveaway to subscribe. So I'll see you guys in the next video, probably next few videos regarding these topics. Thanks for watching.